Hey, you guys, back again. 4:20 on a Wednesday. I'm just gonna run through some stuff I've read and just show covers, stuff like that. Maybe I'll make it to five, or maybe I'll call it an early one. So, first one I'm gonna do here is I normally collect the copper and bronze and stuff, but this one's a modern one. It's Maxwell's Demons. And I think I got wind of this because Rockin' Robbie, years ago. I've been following him for years, and he made a big stink of this. But hey, you guys, all right. Hello, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for being here, man. Really appreciate it. Hello, Jacob. What up, man? Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. Really appreciate it. So yeah, this is the same writer as what's currently out in Marvel, Children of the Vault, and actually that one is actually pretty good. I don't follow the X titles anymore once they got rid of Hickman, Jonathan Hickman. But I found Maxwell Demons really like just highly imaginative, and it actually left a lot to the imagination too. It's just about this kid. It's kind of, I'd have to reread it, but it's kind of abstract almost. And he enters in this realm and he has to fight these monsters. And at first, he's got to reconcile with the monsters within too. Yeah, it's pretty good. So this is the free one, the free comic book day one from Vault. And yeah, I plan on either getting the whole trade or collecting the rest of those. I like my floppies, but I don't know. I think that's free comic book day, or maybe this is no, actually this is not. Anyway. Hey, Library 88, appreciate you being here. How's it going? I hope well, man. I sometimes ask for people's first names, the ones who show up, and you don't have to do that, but if you ever want to, tell me your first name. I already did the John Byrne stuff, but I just read this one, Too Many Dooms. And it's so cool because back a few issues ago, they captured Doom. After Doom captured them off panel and transferred their consciousness into many versions of themselves, into like these little robots or something, and then sent them off into this little town called Littleville. And it was really awesome. But they, of course, are the Fantastic Four, so they got out of that. So in this one, they're transporting Doom back to Latveria, and he has a plan to defeat them, and he does. It's so freaking awesome. That's why I really love how credible Dr. Doom is, what ends up happening, if you guys are into the spoilers, is so they end up getting attacked by the room, trapdoor, stuff like that, and each Fantastic Four member has to battle a Doom, which ends up being a bot, right? And and he wins, and he manages to get his body back, and then at the end of the comic, should I spoil it? I mean, it's a 40-year-old comic. He doesn't destroy them, and he wants his Latveria, right? He wants his kingdom back. Because although he's a tyrant and a despot, the people love him because the country ends up functioning properly or something, Hey, well, Jeff, all right, man. I try not to do the first names when we comment on the regular comments on the videos and stuff, but yeah, welcome and thank you for being here. What up, Rob? Cheap comic collector. Okay, here's another new one. I don't normally do the new ones. This is Batman Off-World. I definitely fell off Jason Aaron. I really liked him when he was first in Marvel, but his Wolverine kind of dragged a little bit. Wolverine in Hell. I thought it was okay. But this one was really, really interesting. I think it's his first DC work, and the art is so awesome. And shout out to Nothing, the comic channel Nothing. I probably would have not ever bought this. I was just in Olympia, and I decided, hey, I wonder what they got. Okay, I'll pick this up. And it actually reads really well. And there's a really good reason why he's in outer space, Batman. And yeah, it's definitely cool. So I'm pretty impressed with that. But first issues are normally easier to write. I didn't like Jason Aaron's Avengers. I don't like a lot of modern comics, but I still order them, and I still try to read them. And we're gonna go back into Judge Dredd a little bit here, you guys. This one was awesome. This is issue number 6, and so Judge Dredd and his company are in between Mega City 1 and 2, and they need to distribute a vaccine to Mega City 2. And look at this. I love this. Just feast your eyes on the detail of the directing. So they're crossing the cursed earth, and the local inhabitants are mutated. A lot of them are. And it's assumed at first that they're all really tainted and evil, because there's the Brotherhood that's chasing down Judge Dredd right now. But they're not. That last guy was a psychic, a telekinetic. I love that kind of stuff. And he actually aids Judge Dredd in pushing back on the Brotherhood. And it's funny. It's actually funny. I love the British humor. And then there's another. I gotta say that Mike McMahon, his artwork. That's who this is. I think I enjoy it more than the Bolins. I mean, I still love Brian Bolin and his work, but man, McMahon is really awesome. But anyway, they stop somewhere, and the local inhabitants are beset by this vampire, these machine vampires. But come to find out, they were these medic drones that were there preserving the life of the very last president of the United States. And it gets into all of this. And here's some Bolin art, right? And they have to revive the president of the United States. And so these medic drones were taking people's blood and killing them. And this whole thing about the judges taking over after the president messed up. I really love this issue. This was really awesome. Really happy. I'm gonna keep bringing in probably Judge Dredd as I read it. Here's Green Arrow 70. The reason why I decided to read this is because I just recently acquired Green Arrow 1, 2, and 3 from the big haul I got. And I remember that, there's some rock and roll intrigue going on here. And it's pretty good. It's kind of like a whodunit. It came out in 1993, And so the art is pretty solid. There's some action sequences and stuff. But it's about the electric unicorns. And there's a death threat on the singer. And they're wondering who it is, and they're gonna perform the concert anyway. And it was good. I liked it. Gotta like Grell. Ends up being an ex. You guys don't mind if I spoil these old comics, right? But ends up being an ex-member who has some old tapes of the electric unicorns. And back then, without the internet, when you had something like that and someone died, you could really sell copies of these things and make a lot of money, right? So it was all about the money, pretty much. Let's see here. Yeah, the art was pretty good. It was definitely the colors. I don't know if you're referring to Green Arrow or not, but yeah, I like those. I like if the colors are right, you know. Yeah, Jacob, I really, it's really words escape how beautiful it is, how funny it is, and it's that dry humor too, because it's like make they show how absurd something can be, you know. Um, I love it. Mike McMahon is definitely definitive. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, Jeff, absolutely. Yeah, I know that they did a crossover DC and Eagle, but I also know DC acquired the rights to Judge Dredd at one point, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, the Electric Unicorns, man. You know, I'm sure there's a band out there called the Electric Unicorns now. Speaking of rock and roll intrigue, here's Defenders 96. We're going to open this one too, but I want to, yeah, let me open it first. Now, this is about Osmodius Jones. That's the lead singer of this band. And he's definitely into demon summoning. Look at that. Look at that cover. Isn't this beautiful? I think I have another copy of this. I wanted to get this in both direct and newsstand. But yeah, Osmodius Jones, dude. The rock and roll conspiracy. I like J.M. DeMatteis. And so I was reading Defenders from like 94 to I think this one. Oh, yeah. Fashamize, the demon that he's summoning. So, of course, the Defenders have to thwart Fashima, and it's somehow connected to the demon of the sixth hand, or the group of the six fingers, actually. And yeah, it's definitely, the art's okay in it. You know, I wish it was a little better, but I do like this solid stuff from. This is 1983, so I prefer this. I would, you know, it's pretty cool. You know, you got Damon, the son of Satan, in it, and Ghost Rider. They're trying to convince Ghost Rider to help. I think Johnny Blaze and Ghost Rider weren't always on the same page or something like that. But oh yeah, and here's Osmodius Jones with a bunch of girls, right? They just did some magic ritual. Sex magic. It actually exists in comic book form, at least. You know, people have tried it. He's like, "Oh, sorry, got a little kinky in there, you know." But and then you have like 6 or 7 of them saying, "Oh no, it's okay. We love you." Every young man's dream come true, right? But yeah, so this was okay. I like it. I like J.M. DeMatteis a lot, actually. I like his character work. You know, I like Isaac Christian's the demons, and that he was I think a mayor of the town or something like that. I have that issue here too, and he tried using black magic to thwart the six-fingered hand. Yeah, yeah, it's Mike. I got a Mike Golden coming. I didn't know that was Mike Golden. That's great. That is great. Thank you, Jeff. That is awesome. I do have a Michael Golden. Oh yeah, synchronicity, you guys. Look at this. This was pretty good. I like Roger Stern. I plan on Michael Golden does all of the artwork in this. You know, maybe subconsciously I knew it was Michael Golden. I don't know. Why would I have the next one lined up? But Clea, the next one being, you know, Michael Golden lined up. Clea leaves this guy, leaves Stephen Strange, you know, and look at that detail. I mean, she leaves him because another woman. She's looked into the spirit of another woman and realized that that other woman loved Doctor Strange even more. So she left him. And I guess like a soulmate of Doctor Strange, right? Look at that. Look at this. This is beautiful. So, of course, Doctor Strange is in absolute despair, right? He really is. And that, of course, summons a demon because his guard is down. And he goes through this reality warp. Like, what is reality? You know, this is all fake. This could be a comic book thing. You know, he's being shuffled through this world in which, you know, there's a Doctor Strange is just a movie character. Look at that. This is back in like I think 83 too or something like that. Now we have Doctor Strange movies. But of course he breaks through somehow, right? He really does. He breaks through right there with that panel. And it's despair. It's that villain despair. And so he's battling this demon or this foul spirit. Look at this. I mean, just the art alone pulled this story through, you know. Yeah. That is a lot of work. So I love Roger Stern and Michael Golden together. And of course, so he gets out of it. But because he was really down and upset, he let his guard drop and he let despair in to really mess with his mind. And despair almost beat him. But of course, you know, you guys want spoilers. This is a good issue. If you got, it's a Doctor Strange 55. It's a 60-cent cover price. You know, I love my 60-cent cover prices. That's kind of when I got into comics, you guys. And it was a great era of Marvel. It really was. And I think I still think it's underrated, you know? So yeah. Yeah, you should totally get this one. Despair even tries becoming Clea at the end, but it doesn't work. Once Doctor Strange was onto it, you know. Yeah, Jeff, it really it's good stuff, man. I don't. Maybe you guys know some Michael Golden runs, like actual cool runs. I would totally like collect those. You know, I like getting just runs of titles, but I want to like focus on art too. You know. Yeah, Jacob, absolutely great. I freaking love it. And that's early '80s. A lot of the facial work almost looks like McFarlane, but it's before McFarlane. You know. Absolutely nuts. The golden art. Yeah. Old school to more advanced art time. Yeah. Yeah. He's the one, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know. But he still had those perspectives. But what really stinks, and Rob, Cheap Comic Collector, brought this up, and I think it's a great summation of my perception of the 90s, was that it was just too much posing. And it wasn't really that interesting to look at, even though it was very detailed. I'd rather have those perspectives like action All kinds of cool stuff. Let's see if we're talking golden still. Yeah, anytime you want to drop, you know, titles that are good to grab and stuff, I'll put them on my radar. Glancy, okay. Yeah, I do have some of those Micronauts, you know. And the first batch of Nom, he did okay. In Howard the Duck magazine, yeah. Well, I got a bunch of Howard the Duck, but it's not. I don't think it's golden art inside. I know it's not actually. I think it's Gene Colan, which yeah, dude. And Roger Metarog told me I actually got one that's hard to find or it's low print, so either 26 or 29 or something like that. So yeah. Okay, guys. So moving on to First Publishing. This is 1988, and Hawk Moon, the Rune staff. I have 1, 3, and 4, and this is not a true number 1, unfortunately. I love First for that they catch you up. That's what they do. That one page, you just read it and you're caught up. It's a fantasy realm based on the work of Michael Moorcock, which I haven't read his books. So some of the art's really good. And Hawk Moon apparently was meant to be cursed. It was meant to be cursed, but he overrode the curse. The gem in his head was a curse from this emperor who totally took over all of Europe, apparently. So right now the heroes are out and about. In a lot of this art's pretty good. But I'm not going to read the rest of this because I want issue number 2, and I think I want to back it up to the beginning. So I got to figure out the how the series unfolds, because this is not a true number 1. But it's like they got to make sales, so they First Publishing worked very hard, and they ended up. I don't know the whole history of First Publishing, but I like a lot of their books. So yeah, I thought I'd throw in. Let's see if we go here. Yeah, Jacob N. Easy. Yeah, you guys, absolutely. Thought I'd just pull out some. Emmanuel, what's up, bro? Hope you're doing good, man. I thought I'd pull out some Mike Zeck, Captain America. I think this also is one of the first Captain Americas I've ever read. It's not this one, actually, 284, but what a beautiful cover that is. And Zeck was known for, when I was a kid, I knew, yeah, Mike Zeck. So I didn't really know all the names of all the artists and stuff, but definitely loved this. And growing up, I wasn't the biggest Captain America fan. I thought I just wasn't me. But I really respect what he's about now, and we have all these issues we could read. Zeck has his faces are cool. Back then, his covers were always awesome, and his inside art seemed more solid. Does he do the internal work? No, because I saw that face. I thought Sal Buscema, and yeah, it's Sal Buscema breakdowns. So yeah, Zeck didn't even do this. Once I saw that face, I was like, no, that's not Zeck, But I think he does do the insides of some of these. Like this was the very first Captain America I think I read. I know this was the first one. So that's why comic books have been so I was impressed by them when I was really, really young. And that's why I always go back to them, even though I stop reading them. Look at that, you guys. I know this is famous, but let's take a look at that. Pretty dang freaking cool. I think this is yeah, this is Zek. Yeah. Imagine this is my first Captain America comic. I remember Zek not being as great as that. I don't think he's always consistent, or maybe he just kept getting better and better. His Secret Wars, of course, were awesome, but I don't remember his panel work being as good as what we just saw there. But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I read Secret Wars. But there is a fluidity to his style. Like good comic art is just good movie directing, and that's why I don't get too excited about a lot of the 1990s like popular like Marvel stuff especially. It's just flash, to me. There's not a lot of substance there. But I am finding stuff I liked. I like Sam Keith. I do like McFarlane now. I didn't when I first I actually dropped out during the McFarlane era because I was already spoiled by that John Romita Jr. Stuff. Anyway, let's see if hey, Marcus, what's going on, bro? Yeah, man. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi, and thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you, man. Yeah, that would be a cool cover to get. Absolutely, Manny. Yeah, they are, and that was like my first stuff I read. Just like when I was a kid, when I was really young, I read Amazing Spider-Man. They were just given to me, and I have vague memories of like issue 166 with the lizard and the dinosaur guy there. Yeah, I know his name, but sometimes I forget stuff. I remember looking through and I have the eerie feeling. But when I really got into it was like the Juggernaut. Nothing could stop the Juggernaut. That was like one of my first Spidey comics. I mean, who wouldn't be a comic like collector after that, or after that? Captain America Zek. Here's another one. And this made me a Deathlock fan too, And I remember him just referring to the machinery within him as pewter, right? Pewter. Yeah, this is definitely Zek. Yeah, there's like Mike Zeck and like Spectacular Spider-Man before this. It's not as impressive, but this stuff is just beautiful. Just beautiful. And I think that they end up closing this 3 issue arc not as strongly with some different artists and stuff, Cool. I just remember being kind of like, oh, well, that's okay. That 3rd issue of I think it's issue 288 or something. This one's 287. But yeah, thought I'd pull this one out. How much time do I got here? Wow, I got 10 minutes? I didn't even get through a lot of stuff. The freak. This is what I get from opening up each one. I tend to do that in my hauls too, but I don't know. I think that leads me to think about this right here. I have this slab, okay? And I want to thank Brandon, middle of nowhere. I won this, right? But part of me just wants to take a little chisel and a little hammer and just start going, and I'm going to probably do that because I don't want to sell this on eBay just to get the money to buy the raw copy, And I think that I know our brothers and sisters who are into this CGC. I know it's fun, but it's not for me. It's not fun to me. I think it's a scam. And I don't know if that makes you controversial by saying that, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still thinking about it, you guys. I mean, what would you do? I mean, I've heard some of my friends on here say they've actually done it, and maybe I should do it live, but I think that'd be a little too much, Yeah, that made me a Deathlock fan for life, and I've been collecting the run from the '90s. And according to Roger/Metarog, right? According to him, it's actually pretty good. I've been reading Doom 2099, and it has a lot to do with cyberspace and the way it was perceived at the time. And there's a lot of that in that '90s Deathlock run as well. Yeah, I never read that Super Story stuff. I grew up on Electric Company, but for some reason I never. I think I have one now. Stegron. That's right, Stegron. Yep, that was one. See, but I didn't know that was one of my first issues until like maybe 10 years ago when I think when I read the Amazing Spider-Man and all just the first 20 years of Spidey. I read it digitally, and because I was like, yeah, Peter Parker, he's got so much potential. But now I'm done. I'm done with Peter Parker. But then, as I was looking at 166, I was like, I had that eerie feeling, like it was like when I was in front of a TV and I saw Underdog in his villain, and I saw Underdog's ring pop open, all that stuff. You get that eerie feeling, like, wow, I've been here before, Yeah, dude, freedom. I'm into it. Okay, we got the directions right here. A strong butter knife will open the slab with ease. Then sharp scissors and a steady hand to get it out of the inner case, and you're free. That's right. That's what you're called, freedom. Yeah. Freedom. They're meant to be read. But I'm not that hardcore about it because, man, some people could love certain characters and just have it displayed and whatnot. But, and I'm sure this is someone's first comic they've ever read, right? That exists. So, but if this was just slab just to make money, which probably happened 2 or 3 years ago, right? I mean, for me, it's like, it's a very fine minus comic, Silver Age, and I want to flip through it. So I'm going to do that. I might do that with the butter knife. Cool. Okay, Jeff, just edge the knife into the side seam and twist. It will pop open. Then do another side, etc. Each slab you crack gets easier. Then read and sniff. Yeah. Crack and sniff, right? Instead of scratch and sniff. Pretty cool. All right. Wow, man, that flew by. I might stay on a little longer. I don't know. I wanted to go over like how this Daredevil, the first volume of Chip Zdarsky, and Checheno. Actually, the art is really good, and it was really good for a modern comic. I don't know. I know this it's kind of popular, but there's still kind of hate about it or something. Al Ewing, I wanted to point out that this Mighty Avengers was actually good. Al Ewing, before he did Immortal Hulk is what made him a star, right? And yeah, I get it. Immortal Hulk, there's a lot of incredible stuff there. But before that, his pacing and comic work was way better. It was just freaking cool. And he was teamed up with pretty good artists. And I remember for like a good year and a half, 2 years, no one was really reading his stuff. And I picked up this one because he really tells a great like Blue Marvel origin story with his son and how his son got stuck into a negative dimension, and antimatter, and that's how he got his powers and all this stuff. So it made me a Blue Marvel fan. Really don't know much about Blue Marvel, but this one's not that issue. But I just thought I'd randomly grab it. But the first, this Mighty Avengers by Al Ewing, if you see it in dollar bins, just grab it. It's actually good. It's fun reading. Um, it's street fighting with mysticism, which is cool. With Blue Marvel in there, who's kind of like a Marvel Superman analog, right? So, except it gets into the science of that. So, yeah, dude, read and sniff, absolutely, man. Okay, well, here's one I want to talk about is Animal Man. Animal Man number 5. I've been reading Animal Man, and Grant Morrison creates this Wile E. Coyote analog called Crafty, and it's really good, man. It's really freaking weird. But he and here you have the Ajax, and yeah, this is Crafty, who keeps regenerating and was kind of cursed or something, and it goes into his backstory, and it's cleverly written, because a lot of these earlier Grant Morrison Animal Man books are okay. See, he got squished by the boulder, just like Wile E. Coyote would. And here we are at the crossroads. See, never think that I don't know, you guys. There's symbolism and stuff, and especially a lot of these writers who read a lot of books. Like Grant Morrison read a lot. So did Alan Moore. So did Neil Gaiman. But his backstory, they even bring it to the cartoon level. And it's interesting. It's an interesting read. And Animal Man's there to help. It was just, I don't know how to say it, but see how the camera pans up at the crossroads. There's a sacrifice, and there's the brush right there. So it breaks the fourth wall, and I really enjoyed this one. I've enjoyed all of Animal Man so far. I think I'm up to like 12 or something, but yeah. Okay, I got a couple more minutes here. Yeah, it's one of those things growing up, when I was out of comics, in and out, and just hanging out in Seattle, or just people saying, yeah, man, Grant Morrison, Animal Man, just like Swamp Thing, Alan Moore, Swamp Thing. It's just stuff that for the life of me, I don't know why I never got around to reading. And then I saw a big stack of Animal Man at the half price books bundled together, and they were like $1 each, maybe a little more. And I just swiped them, Oh yeah, you loved it. I think I remember when that came out, right? That was more of 2000 teens or something, right? Pretty cool. Yeah, the Bolin covers are pretty awesome. Okay, you guys. Oh, there's 1 minute left. I wanted to talk about Sam Keith in this Marvel Presents Wolverine 86, 85, 86, and 88. This is a true believer, right? And you guys, I didn't enjoy it so much. And I don't know if it's like I freaking loved a lot of the art. I love Sam Keith, right? But it was almost like it was written for only a third of the comic or something. Oh, maybe I should just reread it. I don't know. A lot of it I really enjoyed. Or maybe it should be on the old school paper, right? The newsprint. So yeah, I like Sam Keith. And I want to collect more of his stuff, but I don't know. He also like Wolverine's kind of grimy, but I guess that's kind of okay. I'll totally reread this. Actually, I don't know. I was put off from it, and my rationalization was, yeah, maybe it's because it was meant to be in just a third of a comic, like Marvel Comics Presents was originally featured this stuff. Okay, you guys, it's 5. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing the 420s on Wednesday, but I'm kind of addicted to them now. But I enjoy talking to you guys, and yeah, I think I'm going to sign off though. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Peace. Wait, oh yeah, we got to do this. Man, I was so young. Yeah. Yeah, Kelly Jones I like a lot too. Absolutely. And all that Batman, that good Batman stuff. Kelly Jones, like I love like even Jim Lee's work now, like on X-Men and stuff. When I see it, I'm like, oh, this is really, really freaking good. So, I just kind of missed a lot of that stuff. Yeah, Sam Keith is glorious. It was such a miracle that his weird work was on Marvel covers. Yeah, I remember like liking Marvel Comics Presents, and I liking those little vignette stories, and so maybe that was just made for that. I don't know. Okay, cool hanging out, you guys. See you, Mike. See you, Jacob. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Marcus and Manny. I'll see you all later. Appreciate you very much.